Good morning and welcome to another interesting edition of your program, the newspaper review program on News Poster NGTV Nigeria. Yes, we're definitely in Lagos State, and this is where we bring to your listening pleasure and your viewing pleasure the front pages of our national dailies. Yes, talking about the news that has made their ways to the front pages of our national dailies. My name is Olayinka Olatunji, welcoming you on board for today's unveiling of the front views of our national dailies. And of course, I am with my partner in progress, moving ahead.
Good morning, Olayinka. You are
Election
welcome
has
to the
come.
program.
I'm so cold this morning. I don't even know
What
why.
happened? Is it because of the stress of the traffic?
Not really. I feel like I need the new Naira note. The money is not in circulation now.
Don't worry, I will get to that after the program.
Oh,
Rest
okay.
assured.
Okay.
Yes, good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, our viewers all over the globe. I join my colleague in welcoming you to our new interesting episode. As you all know that we normally bring you our daily newspapers as it is happening. Just find something to relax and enjoy yourself. Follow us. Don't also forget to also subscribe, share your comments with us, and let's hear your own view. Yes, Olayinka, let's begin the business of the day by unfolding the newspaper review from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Yes, in fact, almost all the headlines carries the same context from different angles. Yes, Vanguard newspaper. Edo train kidnap. Six victims rescued, says government.
I was even going to enter the show with that same, stories, because the gunmen are actually demanding for the sum of 620 million.
That's halami.
Yes, to
That's
release the abductees, and each head goes for 20 million naira.
Wow.
Actually.
So now it has now come to stay in Nigeria that kidnapping has become a
lucrative
business in such a way that once you are just being kidnapped, honestly, your families and friends, siblings, nephews should start running errands to ensure that they get money, huge value of money for you to regain your freedom.
And it's not funny because a whole lot of people that were abducted, the ones that have the money have actually regained freedom, because we don't know how much they paid to come out of the den, but then the people that don't have money are still there. And where is the government going to get 620 million? Like, we're preparing for elections and a whole lot of things together, and I'm like, even if you even pay this money to them, it is not guaranteed that they won't even kill
most of them. Wow. And I think it is the high time now for the senior police officers, senior security architectures across the country to ensure safety of life and properties across the globe, across the country. Reason being that students just resume schools now. A lot of strategies of these hoodlums, they will also be strategizing now for them to invade schools, which I vividly believe very soon now we'll still be hearing something of such, God forbid. But nevertheless, I believe it is the high time they to all the security chiefs need to strategize by posting and designating their police their officers and men of the force to some strategic areas, in such as the Nigerian Railway Corporations, all their bus stops, all their terminals nationwide, and as aside that, all the schools nationwide, just to prevent such occurrence.
When they said they were going to start work at the Kaduna Abuja train, what is it called, route the other time, I'm like, are we ready? Like, are we ready when you talk about security readiness? Are we really ready for this train business? Because it happened in Kaduna, and we know what the abductees actually suffered, and for the number of days and stuff that they were there, and even a nursing mother and stuff like that. And before they regained their freedom, we didn't even know how much the federal government paid to secure their freedom. Now you're saying that your men, security men and vigilante groups, they are in the forest, combing and looking for, the thing is, are we ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
This thing is like
serious.
A wake-up call,
and
because
at
it's
this point now, Nigeria is at the critical junction to experience another change of leadership that will also govern this country in the next 4 years, if not for 8 years.
It is so sad that, you know, the federal government or the Nigerian government is looking for an easier route for people to be able to, you know, transport themselves, goods and services from one place to another, and a group of people sit somewhere and just plot against that achievement. What is it that what is it that is with Nigeria, that every time you want to say a story going on in the country, it has to be negative? I feel like Nigerian youth needs to sit up. You need to really sit up, because it's high time we started talking to our conscience.
Yes.
You can't just be somewhere and just expect someone to. Most people, if I have 20 million naira in my account, I don't think I will be flying a train, or I want to go through the road. At least I want to board a plane that will be safe and, you know, faster to where I'm going to. You demand for this type of monies that you know that even the victims cannot even provide.
I'm telling you.
And the government will just keep looking. They would not do anything. There is a whole lot of, you know, food in their plates for them to munch on. These things we are doing to ourselves because we are the mekunus.
Yeah, exactly.
Mekunu to mekunu, we are doing this to yourselves, and it doesn't make sense. I feel like we need Nigerian youth. If you have the opportunity to watch or listen to this, I feel like we should come together as one family. Let's stop, you know, let's stop. I don't know how to put it.
No, what really aggravated to all is this ugly incident was, one, to me, is unemployment. Let's base it like that. And away from that, let's also look into New Telegraph this morning. Bolale Rahim, burials postponed. Lawyers to pay last respect.
One dead policeman shot as Yoruba Nation rally turns bloody in Lagos. Well, that
story also.
It was something else yesterday, you know, in the Ojota area of Lagos State.
Yes.
Because when I watched the clip, in fact, I feel like there's this guy that was making the video. He was showing his face and he was showing what was happening. I don't know the name of the car. It was burnt down. Someone died. And like, if you are agitating for a Yoruba nation, it shouldn't be this way. Why do we keep putting our lives at stake? You know, a whole lot of people ply the Ojota, Ikeja, Ikorodu axis, and they started firing guns.
Do you even know the funniest part of that incident? The so-called youth leader of the so-called agitators clamoring for Yoruba nation, he sends out audios all the way from his residence in Ibadan, in Kuka, which is in person of what was his name? What was this man's name? Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, popularly known as Igboho. Now, he sent you guys audio clips, listening to it. After listening to it, then you acted on it by going to the streets of Lagos, agitating for Yoruba nation in the name of you want to stay alone. You don't want to be under any government, which is not done in any country.
It is not done.
It is not
it
done.
It is abnormal for you to play kites with people.
I'm telling you, you can imagine the life that wasted yesterday.
Then
now.
You cannot even enforce your opinion on people.
It's not
when
good.
You say that you're agitating for a Yoruba nation, are all the Yorubas are they in acceptance, or are they in agreement to this? You know, I don't know if
it's even against the ethics of the land. It's against the law and order
in a public place.
Meanwhile, this country is still under a government that you can, at least there's a lot of places. That's why we have a national assembly that one can easily send your letter of complaints, your grievances and all of those things too. Meanwhile, all those things can be addressed adequately. My father
stays in Kogi State, and he called in yesterday. Was like, where are you at the moment? I'm like, okay, we can see this on the internet. This is what is going on in Ojota and stuff. A car has been burnt and stray bullets are flying all around. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? It is a new year. Let us sit up and look for a way to eradicate poverty and stuff. See, this Yoruba nation we are even clamoring for. There are we have a lot of assignments to do. Why don't you just take a cue from the IPOB, from the Biafra agitators? They have been on this for God knows when. Probably before I was even born. And up till now, that same dream has not been actualized.
The funnest part of it, the so-called their leader, like Professor Banji Akintoye Oyebanjo, all of them were somewhere at their residence. These are the people that you hardly see them on the street. These are professors. These are people that have made their name. These are people that have made it in life. You youth that are just coming up, using you as a tool to disrupt the peace of this nation.
No matter the name you have out there,
youth should rethink their opinion and their way of life.
Even Nnamdi Kanu, as we speak, is still under government's captivity.
I'm telling you,
he's not been released.
I'm telling you,
we saw what happened to Sunday Igboho sometimes last year when he had to run to, I think, Benin Republic, or I don't know where he went to, and you know, he was sending his voice and stuff from there. See, if you are not up to stop something, don't just try it
at all.
Don't just push people, and don't choose yourself. Don't be like a tool that people.
Moreover, Lagos is a peaceful state among states in Nigeria. Lagos is the most peaceful state.
Let's not start it here. Let's not start it here. Let's not.
Yes. Like, and away from that, EFCC vows transparency in sales of Banana Highland luxury flat. Wow, that's what 13 10 billion naira or so thereabout, if I'm not mistaken. And whosoever that is going to acquire that house must also pay 10% of that tax.
I'll be with you till we meet again. All right, INEC says election shift over insecurity. Okay, raises the alarm as safety challenges rises. Yes, INEC is raising an alarm that there is a possibility that the election, you know, may just not come up in February or on the stipulated date.
Yes, precisely February 25.
This is
presidential election which took place. Yes, and all over the country. And I believe at this point in time, INEC has to do whatever they can do within their capacity to ensure that everything is being put in place to ensure free, fair, and credible election. Yes,
shifting the
election doesn't solve the problem on ground, especially at this critical juncture that we are about to. Nigerians are fully prepared, both people in the diaspora, both people in Lagos here, at least even nationwide, not even only in Lagos, because presidential election is something that will spread across the entire nation.
If you even go to INEC offices across Lagos, yes, I think I went to a couple of offices, and I saw people, crowd coming out en masse to come and take their PVCs, and this is a welcome development. It shows how ready people are for the forthcoming.
And if I may even ask you now, Olayinka, since you have an observation, or for you have a privilege to visit INEC offices here in Lagos, how has been the turnout and how has been the response from the INEC side, giving them the PVCs?
The ad hoc staff, I would say that I am giving them kudos, because it is not easy for you to sit in one place and attend to thousands of people at the same time. Yes, I feel like they need more hands. One. Secondly, I feel like Nigeria is a country where even when you have something going on for you, something must always come out. And what is coming out is that if your name, like in Lagos State now, if you don't have a Yoruba name, there is a possibility that you may not get your permanent voters card.
Why must it be so?
Because there's this mentality that the people who bear Igbo names or local names that are not Yoruba names won't get their PVCs because they are the obedient members.
Why?
There was even a rancor somewhere around, I think the Ojota area, where someone was saying that, is it because I'm an Igbo man, that's why you don't want to give me my PVC? I registered and stuff. There was even this nursing mother that said that she had never registered, that it was her first time of registering, and they were telling her categorically that you have registered before, there's no PVC for you. And she was all crazy and mad and stuff. I feel like, see, Lagos is, I don't want to say is a no man's land.
Yes.
Because Lagos is a city that has accommodated tribes, religions, ethnicity and different, even people who are not Nigerians stay in Lagos and they make it in Lagos. Let us not start.
From your own experience, due to places you visited, INEC offices you visited, what has been the time of resumption and the closing time?
I think they start early as 7 and they close by 3 p.m.
Why must it be 3 p.m.?
So it's not easy. the job they do there is strenuous. I won't even lie to you, because when I went there, I'm like, these people are trying. They are really. Do you know the thousands of people who? Do you even know thousands of voters cards that are still yet to be collected? And some people are still saying that okay, they will come out. Now they have taken some of the PVCs down to the polling units. So now if you're supposed to vote somewhere around I don't know, if you're supposed to vote maybe in Anthony or Maryland area, you can go to your polling. Once you know your polling unit and you know your ward,
yes,
you can go there. I think it started on the 6th of January and it's ending on the 15th of January.
But do you agree with me now?
Due
to the opinions with samples from people are now agitating for an extension of the closure of PVC
there's
collection.
nothing Nigerians don't ask for extensions for. We like extensions of things, because even okay, now imagine INEC is saying that because of insecurity problems they may have to change the election date. That is an extension.
Okay.
Even when they said that
from the INEC side.
Yes, even when the PVC registrations were ongoing, Nigerians were still clamoring for an extension. For while some people will still be inside their house, they will not come out. There's nothing we don't like extension. Let's just get this over and done with.
Automatically, all decisions have to be taken by the INEC officials. I mean, the senior officers are within the Independent National Electoral Commission at the national headquarters. At least Nigerians are also agitating and requesting for an extension of the date of the closure of collection of PVC nationwide. And away from that, IBB traveled for medical checkup. Praise for him, family, friends.
IBB was in the news, in the course of last week, or okay, today is Tuesday. Yes, in the course of last week, where someone was actually using a fake account as his, because he says that it's not even on social media, it's not even on Twitter, and someone is using a fake account on Twitter that has like 70-something thousand followers to say that what Obasanjo said about endorsing Peter Obi, that is the right thing and stuff, and Baba has now come out to debunk that he wasn't the one who posted the news, and is even not on social media. So people should be aware. You should be aware of accounts you follow. You should be aware of people you listen to. You should be aware of things you read online.
Yes.
Some of these things are make-believes and they are not even true. Now, there's every possibility that as he has gone to treat himself, he may not even be back into the country until after the elections. Why do you just want to, fight over another man's business using medicine on top of another man's headache?
Exactly.
No.
DSS director's wife orders Kanu's governorship aspirant MPP immediate arrest. Why? That story was, in fact, it spread all across our daily newspapers this morning when there is a clash between the wife of the DSS, that is the Department of State Security Service chief, his wife rather, and the governorship aspirant of Nigerian nation's what's it called, National People's Democratic Party, that's NPP. They were like fighting over a little clash in Kano International Airport, whereby one is blocking each other. The next thing that could occur after the two or delays were like, oh, you should shift ground for me and let me also shift ground for you. The two lions just come down inside the vehicle and started having a lot of different words that resulted to violence. But at the end of the day, after some couple of hours, in fact, it was just like a film trick. The NMPP governorship aspirant was just being apprehended by the DSS and taken away to custody.
Well, Nigeria is a country where, certain things when you see online, you just laugh and you're like, okay, is this comical? Is this comedy? Or is this for real? Like, you are the wife of the DSS Oga. You are not like, even if you are the DSS, there is freedom
of speech.
There are certain freedoms that we even enjoy as a democratic state.
And actually, to me, it also sounds like a violation of a fundamental human right.
Yes, before you make an arrest, there must be something, there must be something worth holding on to before you arrest someone. because you have an altercation or like a fight with someone and you feel like you're in the position to detain the person, you just pick the person up and madam, you have to calm. You have to be calming down. You have to be calming down. Anyway, looking at the Sun, Daily Sun newspaper this morning, yes, Buhari campaigns for Tinubu in Adamawa, says Binani's election as governor will open doors for women. Buhari was in Adamawa State, you know.
Yes, yesterday, Buhari was in Adamawa State yesterday to commission the Nigerian Police State Command in Damaturu, and also in line to also commission the Nigerian Police Medical Services in Damaturu, the state headquarters of Yobe State, and that's a good one. At least it also sounds like performing and building the capacity in the Nigerian police force.
And it was there to, you know, clamor for Aisha Binani, like the governorship candidate
Aspirant
of
under the flag bearer of APC. Yes,
and it was like a whole lot of women have been fighting from behind. This is like a wake-up call for them to come to the front, and like, this is some woman that they believe is going to win the governorship. She's going to be the first female governor in Nigeria. And you know, people are like, okay, Buhari was like, it's fine, it's a welcome development, we're going to support her, we're going to go all out for her. Women should come out and also fix themselves in political positions in Nigeria, because it's going to be a brand new day.
Definitely,
it's gonna be a brand new day.
And it's also, in fact, that even aggravated and the write-up written by the present minister of Women Affairs, applauding Buhari's effort bringing women into politics, so as to make them feel among the society that okay, women are not also left out in whatever is happening within their domain, in as much we are like gender equality. No, and away from that, I will make sure I favor all tribe, ethnicity, religion, irrespective, as soon as possible, if God permit, I enter as the president of this country. Not me,
because I've not seen a poster anywhere.
Don't quote me,
and I want to know your political party. I don't know when you started.
That's actually Bola Ahmed talking during the endorsement of Hariwa community here in Lagos on Sunday. Yes, actually promises to at least favor all tribes, all ethnics, all religions, in as much God permits him to be as president. To become president of this country.
Peter Obi is also making a pledge, and he says that he will be responsible as president. You can find that on page 7 of the Daily Sun newspaper.
Yes, and also in Anambra State, in fact, the last time Nigeria experienced this was during the EndSARS. Believe you me, on Sunday, some hoodlums invaded the Anambra community, worries over destroyed police station, and they are yet to be identified. They invaded Umuchu police station along Umuchu Achina Road under Abuja local government area of Anambra State. They are still in fact, they are still at large now. They are still at large. They burnt that station to what was it called? Hashes. I'm telling you. In fact, you hardly identify this is the station again. So, and that will also, you know, amount of money that will also be allocated to rebuild that station. From the same of our national asset, from the same of our national GDP that we are clamoring for to be revived.
Nigerian youths, we need to really sit up. We need to really know what we are doing. Why are we? Well, most of us are just there thinking that, you know, violence and violence can solve things, but they actually make things worse, and they actually make things get worse.
Definitely.
So the earlier we stopped destroying our assets as a nation, the better for us. We are a developing country, in fact almost underdeveloped, and if we must get there like the Western, you know, countries and stuff, there are certain things that we need to stop, because we portray ourselves, you know, more like violent people, you know, to other people, monitoring, watching, and, you know, trying to learn from us outside Nigeria. Away from that, the Punch newspaper this morning, yes, pastor raped my daughter for 3 years, says mother. You know, I read
that's a sad story.
I read the story,
that's not a true pastor.
I'm not, aside from him not being a true pastor, I feel like parenting should be a kind of duty that one doesn't need to be taught how to. There is a level of relationship you should have with your child or your word that will make your child talk to you when there's a problem. How can a pastor rape a girl for 3 good years and you as a mother never knew? The girl's father is outside Nigeria and he's always sending money, and you have taken the pastor, your spiritual leader, as you know this daddy, he comes to your house behind you, he sleeps with your daughter, takes her to the hotel in the name of, okay, we are going for ministration, evangelism and stuff, takes her to the hotel, sleeps with her, back of the church, sleeps with her, and this has been going on for 3 years. The girl was depressed, and every time she tries to say, she remembers that the pastor tells her that she will just die. Where are we not getting it right as parents?
Honestly, such pastors need to face the full wrath of the law. At least
that is the devil's work.
No, that's what they always say.
It's the devil's
aftermath of everything, they will not punch everything now to its devil's work. Let him also go and face the consequence at Kirikiri or Ikoyi maximum prison, where he knows that, okay, that is the final place of where devil lives.
Why are you saying that he should face Kirikiri, or why not a firing squad?
No, you know. No,
that
was those days. Was those days.
Because
Nigeria, government
this is witchcraft. This is
to be sincere,
evil.
You know, federal government of Nigeria nowadays are being very, very sincere. Are being very diplomatic in
3 good years.
Whatever they are doing. You know, when there is law.
He would even tell the mother that she needs to come and sow a seed in the church, and when she works and she collects her salary, she will use her salary to go and sow a seed in the church, saying that the girl has maybe an evil spirit, that so that the girl will not die. The girl, because of his constant molestation and stuff, she always faints. And anytime she faints, instead of you to just take her to the hospital, you start calling a pastor. Like, really, are you watching your spiritual leader?
But do you know the amazing part of it is that I believe so much now in our judiciary system. Ask me why. Judiciary is the last hope of a common man, which I believe the government of the day are also watching us, listening to what we are saying. I strongly believe in the judiciary. Think of what happens to Baba Ijesha. Till today, still in prison. Attempted rape, not even a confirmed rape. Not to tell you to now tell you that, okay, now this one that just occurred now. I believe that
there are people who stood up as the case of Baba Ijesha and stuff, and made him, put him where he is. But what I am saying is, how long are we going to stay in darkness and think that we're walking our lives in the light?
You see, you've said it all the other time when you said people have now been confused and people are not being redirected in the other way, in the name of our daddy, our mommy, our mommy in the church. Any small thing.
Instead, make you carry
did you even believe me that?
You will call pastor, may come pray
did
for
you
your
even
pikin.
Believe that nowadays people are now carrying the church pastors, their imams, over the most high God?
Hey, whoa.
Before you know, they will prostrate, they will do all sorts of things to pay respect to an ordinary human being you are seeing.
Wisdom is profitable.
And aside that, man offers 8 million naira to NDLEA, that's the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, offers to drug found in an imported vehicle from Canada. Honestly, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency are trying nowadays. There is no how you want to hide that so-called cannabis, cocaine, Refnol, cannabis sativa. Mention all these illicit drugs, they will catch you. And we keep agitating. We keep sensitizing the public.
We also saw the other day where a custom officer was showing us where rice was packed in tire. I'm telling you. And the rim of the tire was
fully padded with what's it called? All these Indian hemps. I'm telling you. No, NDLEA, in fact, kudos to Baba Marwa and the so-called spokesperson in terms in person of director of the media and publicity, the person of Femi Babafemi. That man has been always fabulous in giving us press release as at 20. You can imagine over the weekend, they raided nationwide now. We have Kabiru Abdulmalik there, cannabis sativa. We have Ogushino Damilare Simeon, cannabis sativa. What 1.50 kg. Ketri normal me, they arrested her at Idimu. Idimu, you know Idimu, along Igondo Road, as if you are going towards Egbeda. Yes, that's cannabis sativa. They also arrested Rukayat Eshiloku, cocaine and cannabis sativa. Pelumi Alijo was arrested of cocaine and codeine. You can imagine such huge numbers of people being arrested and that will be duly prosecuted by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
That's the same business you want to go into Alabama Masegi.
And you can imagine these people, I mean, they were being succeeded with all these illicit drugs we mentioned so far. The rate of their money spending within the public domain will be quite alarming. You'll be wondering, is this not the same work we are doing? How is this same way this person are also getting money?
People live their lives on social media and they believe everything that happens on social media just because someone is buying a car for his wife or for the husband or for a family member. You know, they are throwing parties, they are wearing good stuff, and you're like, she God where they bless them, no they bless you. You don't know what they do behind the corner.
Let's quickly round this up. Yeah, at this point now, UK politicians pressurized National Assembly to pass 500 billion to enhance national what's it called, NDDC budget for 2023 poll. That's quite serious. You can imagine some politicians running around the National Assembly for the quickly passage of the 500 billion naira of the Niger Data Development Commission to ensure that the budget is being passed on before the commencement of the forthcoming general election, so that they can swallow that money. And that has always resulted to
this one
destabilization and, in fact, dismantling of and corruption of our national assets.
If you have even had the opportunity to be a governor of a state for the first and the second time, I feel like when you're about to leave or when you're about to go, you should just do it in a normal way. You must have gained a lot. The salaries you are collecting, even the allowances and stuff that you gain and you earn on monthly basis, in fact, it is enough to feed generations yet unborn.
This pronouncement was made yesterday when the editor-in-chief of the leadership newspaper led the delegation to his office in Port Harcourt.
The weekend that is saying this is actually an outgoing governor in Nigeria.
And you know one thing about Wike, one thing I salute his courage for, he always said the truth. That has always ruined our national assets till today. You can imagine the Nigerian Telecommunication NITEL, established in 1984, today is now deceased, nowhere to be found. Where is NITEL today? I'm asking, where is NITEL?
Airways that was established in 1st October 1958.
Where is Nigerian Airways?
It is dead.
Nowhere to be found.
Radio Corporation.
Yes, Federal Radio Corporation Complex in Lagos.
Ajaokuta,
you can imagine. Anamako, where is Anamako today? Anambra Automobile Manufacturing Company in 1977 it was established. Where is it today? Nigerian Machine Tools in Oshogbo being privatized. Are they including the privatization
even the National Library since 2006 still under construction
till today?
Wetin happen?
Our 4 refineries are not working.
Are you building Rome?
My dear,
you know, I went to the National Iron Ore Mining Company secondary school, and
that's in Kogi State.
Yes, in Kogi State.
That's at Jakuta.
And you know that there is assets, there is money there, but there is nobody there to mine. And when they are even mining, the blast that you get from that side is enough to throw you away from wherever you are and go and put you somewhere.
And you can imagine Adibina Jakuta was still in existence as promised by President Muhammadu Buhari. I recall vividly very well during his manifesto in 2015, he said he will make sure he revive the past glory of Ajaokuta before leaving office. Now here we are today. Where are we?
He will revive the future.
Ajaokuta still is in existence. Our 4 refineries, Port Harcourt, Warri, what was it called? Port Harcourt, Warri, Kaduna, are they still in existence? Kaduna still rolling mill, are they still in existence? Cocoa House, Ugbe, Nìbàdàn, where are we Nigerians?
We have series of bad roads. We have electricity problems. We even have water problems where people, even in Lagos State, we still get, in some parts of Lagos State, we still get to buy water, before we can cook and before we can have our bath.
Even the textile company in Kaduna.
Some of the water that we use at home are waters that you can just use to wash clothes and stuff. We are a blessed country. Honestly. We are a blessed nation. But Nigeria, I feel like there is a lot of assignments to be done, and there's no one looking at these loopholes.
All I will just say is just that Nigeria needs to sit up. Fine. Youth needs to rethink. I think it's even good that we are approaching the electionary period.
Just even sitting there.
Yes, Nigeria is at a critical junction to decide the fate of this nation. Because we can imagine all what we've listed so far, and even all these things are functioning very well as expected. Don't you think it will contribute to our GDP?
It will, and of course it would even make us a more developed nation, because other people will want to come and do work. They want to come and do their businesses in Nigeria.
The only thing Nigeria focuses on now is insecurity and electricity. Even the two, they are not even getting it right.
But Baba says that he will leave a government that will be secured. Let's see how it goes before May 2023.
I pray it won't turn to violence like what we experienced in Nigeria in 1993. That was Abiola and Tofa.
Please, that's what we're here for. We want to beg the Nigerian government, we want to beg the Nigerian youths to please try and let's have a free, fair, credible, and a security election come 2023. Do not forget that where two elephants fight, the grass would suffer. We are the ones that are at the receiving ends. Wetin man won't chop, go pass am. The water where you go drink, go pass you. The hustle and bustle and jumps and everything we do in life is just so that we can eat and have a roof over our heads. This is definitely where we'll be drawing the curtains for the program today on the newspaper review program on Newsbuster NGTV. I think that too many words, they say, do not fill up a basket, and a word, they say, is enough for the wise. Get your PVCs, because that is what you can use to change your future. And for the Nigerian youths, a word, they say, is enough for the wise. You have to think it twice before you allow yourself to be used as an instrument of destruction. My name is Olayinka Olatunji, saying many thanks for being a part of the program this morning. Good morning to you.
I also join my colleague in congratulating you youths for the word of advice through our co-presenters, Olayinka. Just go to your INEC offices in your areas and get your PVCs ready for the forthcoming general election. Yes. And on this note, let's hear your views. Share your comment with us. Subscribe, like, and share all what you need to do. I also join you, Isaac Habayomi Ajiboye, saying bye for now.